I was a Giants fan. Not anymore. After Thursday night, when the Giants moved back up into the first round and decided to get Jaxson Dart and not Shedeur Sanders, that was it for me. I've been a Giants fan my entire life. Born in New York, but left from my mother when I was 10, moved to Virginia. I lived there the past 20 years. Through thick or thin, win or lose, I rep my motherfucking team. I'm so much of a fan, in fact. This wasn't just a jersey I wore on Sundays to watch football games. This was my practice jersey as well. Ain't no name on the back of this jersey no more. It got ripped off because I wore that to practice, wash it, wear it to sleep. That jersey is in many of my first time photos with a lot of my children, meaning I was wearing that jersey when they were born. Been a fan. The reason why Thursday night was the tipping point for me was because, as I said in my previous video, back in December when I talked about the Giants looking like they were going to get Shedeur Sanders, all the moves from then up until this draft cycle led me to think and believe that's the direction that they were going. Now, look, I get it. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. And of course, you have to do as much due diligence as you can when you're running a football team and you want to get as much information about all the players you possibly can that could potentially get your team. Cool. All that's fine and dandy. I tell my children all the time, it's not what you say, but it's how you say it. When I told my mother and she asked me why, I told her I'm tired of the subtle racism and being depressed every single year, rooting for a team that don't fit the values I have. In fact, I'm flipping the coin all the way over, from a fan to a hater. As it stands right now, I'm a Browns fan. Dog Pound, what's up? But back to my mother's question about why not just stop watching altogether. Because she's right, the subtle racism is all over the league. There's different levels to it, some teams more than others. And you see that in their actions. It's not who you say you are, but what you do that defines you. Now, I know many of you are going to be thinking, what subtle racism? The Giants just signed Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston. It's that type of thing right there that makes it subtle. You see, it wasn't the Giants signing Jameis and Russell that made me think that they were going to get Shedeur. It was the 2 years of seeing them at Colorado practices and games. Shout out Well Off Media. But this is why I waited till Monday to say something. Because over the weekend it came out, apparently, during one of the interviews that the Giants had with Shedeur, the report is that it didn't go well. Daboll, when asked, said all the visits went great. But Daboll also, last year on camera, was recorded telling Jaden Daniels that if he was there, they'd take him. You catching on yet? No? Don't worry. Quick analogy. For those of you that have friends and kids, you have those friends, like your friends that you trust over years. You have those group of friends that you trust, and you have them ranked in a certain way. You know that there are some places you want to go with these friends, some places you won't go with these friends, and all that. But when it comes to your children, there are a select few that you trust with your children, with your future. Who you trust with your children says a lot about your relationship and how you feel about them. You might have some family members that you only want over for 30 minutes to an hour, and others that you might only want over when your children are not around. Because again, we all understand that you must protect your future with those you trust. Both Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston essentially have a 1 year deal. I said essentially. Details matter. And as it stands, they have 4 quarterbacks on the roster. I wonder which one of those 4 won't make it to the 53. We'll just have to wait and see. But the reason why I feel, again, this video, my page, it's all my opinion. You can agree with it or not. But the reason why I feel it was subtle racism, both Jameis and Russell have a gameplay style that is similar to Shedeur's. Talked about that in my last video. Go back, watch that. Interesting history fact. The Giants have never drafted a starting quarterback that was black, and they have never had a starting franchise quarterback that was black. They have had black QBs on the roster. They have had black QBs start games. They have had black players that are stars. But who you trust your future to? That's your franchise quarterback. Don't worry, Giants ain't the only one to get the stink eye and side eye from me. Again, we're talking about subtle racism. Not the I hate your kind, but the hey, what's up, man? Yeah, we can go take a beer out. Huh? Have my kids come over? Let me check with the wife. I know our schedule kind of subtle. But again, that's not the only reason. I'm tired, bro. When I have the time, I will go through the available film and watch all the quarterbacks that get drafted, because I'm for damn sure going to be doing a full documentation about the Sanders 5. Brady had 6, Shedeur got 5. But again, I'm tired, and the shit is just too familiar for me. When the Giants drafted Daniel Jones, I was very surprised and shocked. And I was consistently waiting to be proven wrong, because I didn't ever think that he was a good quarterback. I didn't think he was a first round type quarterback. And I waited and waited and waited and waited, and I was never proven wrong. And I'll go deeper into this part of the topic in another video. But the odd phenomenon of the random quarterback rise after no games are being played. Meaning, like, during the season, players get ranked, based on their numbers, how good they're doing, they're being talked about. That's where all of the draft hype comes from. It's from what they've actually done on the field. And every year during the draft evaluation process, there's always one guy that just springs up out of nowhere. And the character Bible, acting term, is usually the same. And about every time it happens, it goes terribly wrong. Daniel Jones, Mitchell Trubisky, Zach Wilson, Will Levis. The list goes on and on and on. And again, the list I'm talking about is quarterbacks that had a draft stock rise during the evaluation, not during the season, not something that they did on the field that made their draft stock rise during the season. You heard Shady talk about it on the facility. And I'm also tired of watching my favorite players leave my team, go somewhere else, and have an amazing career. Saquon left, got a Super Bowl. Odell left, got a Super Bowl. Eric Flowers drove down 95 and became an all-star lineman. Those are not the only players to do so. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of my favorite, really great players that make this team really, really good not be respected enough to get what they've deserved, get shipped off for nothing in return, and then watch them have success elsewhere. Nah, not doing that no more. I've always been a football fan first. I love football. Football is literally in my DNA. And to answer the question to those and my mother of why not just stop watching NFL altogether, I watch all football. And frankly, I hate the thought process of boycott the NFL because they ain't supporting these players. The players should make their own leagues. There are 10 to 15 football leagues in your city right now. I know because I've been playing semi-pro football since I got out of high school. And all of you people that say the players should make their own league, where are you? Because you're not in the stands. You're not buying tickets. You're not buying our merch. You're not helping fund our teams. It's not what you say, but what you do. Even if you don't want to watch old dudes play, there are little leagues of every sport in your vicinity. Are you donating to them? You see, the thing is, players understand that to make a change, you got to be in a place to be able to make some change. They're making money in the league. You want me to stop supporting that? It's chess, not checkers. The funny part is, I've been wearing black and green for the past 3 years. So with that being said, Jets, 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 fly, Eagles, fly, go Browns, dog pound. I just moved to Ohio, so I got to learn this shit now. Dumbala out.